Hello future tech leaders, I am Sindhuja. Based on my own experience, I know that learning the right skills can shape our future. What if I say learning was as thrilled as the tech world itself? There we go. A cloud foundation, that's exactly what you will experience. From day one, you will be immersed in the interactive sessions and expert-led courses that covers most of the widely used technologies in the zone of data science to cloud computing, which brings more light to the life of a techie. I'm so excited to help you and unlock the true potential of a technology. Well, then why to wait? Let's see what it unfolds.
Going ahead, this resource management is somewhat related to projects also. In case, if we want to use resource allocation, we can check these particular check boxes wherein on the projects, we can define what are the resources that would be used on a particular project. That can be done, and there are various suite apps available related to resources. In case, if we want to install that can be installed. Similarly, going ahead in case, if we want to use multi-language on the set preferences, also on the chart of accounts, we had seen that we can define various other languages. In case, if we want to use different languages, we can check these particular checkboxes. Similarly, multiple currencies. In case if we are dealing with multiple currencies, USD, EUR, INR, SGD, AUD, in that case we can check these checkboxes multiple currencies. Once these particular thing, multiple currencies, has been enabled, it cannot be disabled again. Is that? Have you till now? Project management. To an extent, it is part of standard module, but there are some multiple, or you can say some preferences. They are part of advanced module or paid module. The resource management, or in case if you want to go ahead with the advanced project, profitability and other stuff, then they are not part of the standard projects. You will cover that module project. Project, not really, but in case if you want to go through that, we can go through that. We can take a 15-20 minute session on the projects if required. Just remind me in the coming sessions. We can go through that if required. Going ahead, currency exchange rate integration. What happens is in case if we are using multiple currencies next week as an integration with two Forex data providers, one is Zignite and the other one is Refinitiv. These are Forex data providers. What next week does is there is an integration. Every day, the next week fetches the exchange rate. And depending on that, whenever we start entering transactions, that particular exchange rate is taken for that particular day. But in case if we want to use that, we can enable this checkbox. In case if we don't want to use that and we want to manually enter the exchange rate, then we have to check or uncheck this checkbox. What some organizations or companies do is they have a defined exchange rate with their banks. You can see a contract with the bank that the exchange rate would be, and for a particular period, irrespective of the current exchange rate. In that case, we don't need to check this checkbox. We'll be manually entering the exchange rates where you can see on a periodic basis. Is that fine? Similarly, whether we want to use worldwide support for phone numbers formatting, different countries have different numbering formats for phones, right? Some of them have dashed between 3 digits. Some of them have bracket, some of them have comma. In case, if we want to use that, we can check this checkbox that depending on the country or depending on the formatting that is defined. And in case if we don't use that format, the system will prompt us that we have to use that particular numbering format. Similarly, inline editing. Are you aware of what is inline editing? For example, if I go to a list of maybe customers, I'll open that. I'll also open the list of some of the transaction, say purchase orders. If I have enabled inline editing, what that means is let this list open up. Here we have the list of customers, right? What this particular inline editing does is if you go to the list of a particular entity or transaction here, you get the option to edit it on the line itself. I don't need to open or I click on this edit and make the changes. There are some fields, not all, but some fields, which can be edited in this line itself. Wherever you see this small pencil icon. For example, ID phone or say sales rep, web address. These fields can be edited in the list itself. You don't need to click on edit, open it, and then change or do the required changes. For example, for this thing, I want to enter the phone number here. I can enter it accordingly. I don't need to open that, edit it, and make the required changes. Wherever you see this pencil icon, you will be able to do that. Wherever you don't see pencil icon, those fields are not available for inline editing. Only the fields where you see this small pencil icon are available for inline editing. Same would be for transactions as well. Wherever you see this pencil icon currently, you can see that only memo field is available for inline editing. You will not be able to change the status or the number, any other thing apart from it. In case, if you don't want to have that inline editing on this particular list, you can just click on that button and accordingly, the inline editing will not be available. Now you could see that the inline editing is off for this particular list and you cannot even change the memo now. Are you with the inline editing? What do you mean by inline editing? And finally, do not forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel.